We are grateful to our sponsors, Kelly Stafford with Stafford Tree Service, and also Black Kow Cow Manure. If you need your trees trimmed locally, remember Stafford Tree Service at staffordtreesvc.com. And please visit Black Kow Cow Manure, that's K-O-W. Remember, both of the contact details are in the description below. Hi, I'm Stan DeFreitas for the Ask Mr. Greenthumb Gardening Segments. A fruit tree that probably should be used more than it is the fig. This is the common fig, and it's one called Olympia. It has a real nice outer purple carpel and then a nice inner fruit. Now, figs are unusual because what we're really eating is a modified flower. It's a little flower that starts, and then in the old days, most of the time it had to be pollinated by a little wasp. A little wasp would climb up into the flower, and it would be kind of a mutualism. As the little wasp went in there, it would lay its eggs, and then the flower would kind of grow around it. Today, there are varieties that are self-fruitful, and they don't have to have that little wasp. But that being said, I think it's kind of interesting to know that we're eating really a modified flower, which we call a fruit, and in all intents and purposes, we think of it as a fruit. But when it does modify itself, the little seeds form on the inside. So it's unusual. It's not something that's really common in the nature of growing plants. For that reason, I think the fig in itself is unusual. It's been around, of course, since biblical times, and it's one that has a long history. It really tends to like that Mediterranean type climate. So it probably grows between, let's say, zone 3 to maybe zone 11. I will say where it's getting a lot of water, you'll see it has a little bit of fungus on some of the foliage. Even most of the foliage is pretty good. If water sits on the foliage, you may get a bit more of a fungal problem. And you could control that by spraying with neutral copper or liquid copper. And in fact, a lot of growers will go ahead and do that on a regular kind of basis. When each flush of new growth comes out and it's about half mature, they'll go ahead and spray it to kind of give it that coating. Remember, copper, of course, is a natural element. I'm not saying you want to go out eating it by the pound, but in general, even organic gardeners usually don't have too much a problem with neutral or liquid copper. I've told you before about figs in some past segments. Figs like a lot of organic matter, so really improve that soil. Peat moss, cow manure, grass clippings, leaf, all of that can be incorporated into your soil. Figs can have problems with nematodes, which we've mentioned in the past. Why does that organic matter make a difference? Well, it helps to kill some of the nematodes. There are beneficial bacteria that help to kill some nematodes. Just like you and I, we have trillions of bacteria in our own gut. Probably 3 or 4 pounds in our gut. And that's not a bad thing. Those good bacteria help for us to digest things. And the same thing is true in your garden soil. If you have a really good organic soil, fig trees will take off and really grow quite well. They'll tolerate sandy soil, but if you really want to have this thing producing well and giving you a lot of figs, you're going to really want to improve that soil. Make that $20 hole for your $20 fig, and you're going to pay dividends in the end. As far as watering, I would water it pretty faithfully. You know, that first year for all plants, you have to really watch it. Just like a young baby, you're going to have to really tend to it. Once it's established and you've had it for 10 or 20 years, well, it'll take care of itself pretty much, except during the really dry seasons. Fig trees make a nice addition. They're good for your health, they're good for your wealth, and they're going to make you a great gardener. Once again, we want to thank you all, of course, for watching us, and we want to remind you that new videos will be dropping on your favorite social media platform every Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you like this video, we want you to hit the subscribe button. If you've got any questions or any comments about figs or other trees and plants, send them to us. Thanks for watching.